Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? Can you guys see me? Let me just open my chat. Hi everybody, how are y'all doing tonight? Hey Chris, how are you? How are you doing, Chris? Who we have in here? My apologies for being late. I apologize. I'm just opening the chat so I can see who we have in here with us tonight. Hey Trudy, how are you? Hey Kimberly, how are you? Let's see. We got Jasmine in here. Um, how are y'all doing tonight? Hey, Shalabelle, how are you? Hey, Liz, how are you, sweetie? Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine, do you know Bruce's last name? Y'all might be related, Jasmine. Um, Ashley, how are you, my love? Hey, Celeste, how are you? To rotate. Okay, boom, I'm back. Okay, let me make sure my Wi-Fi is off, y'all, because y'all know. Hey, Brittany, how are y'all doing? Hey, Angela Moon. Okay, so, hey, Onika, how are you, my love? All right, so tonight we're talking about spiritual warfare, okay? We're talking about spiritual warfare, and we're talking about, hey, Aisha, how are you? We're talking about spiritual warfare tonight, and we're talking about spiritual warfare because there's a lot of fear going on in the atmosphere. Hey, Heem, how are you? And us empaths needs to know how to protect ourselves. Hey, Nancy, I'm just scrolling up, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. All right, so there's a lot of fear going on in the atmosphere right now, and us empaths need to know how to protect ourselves, okay? One of the things that I try to teach you guys here on this channel is that fear and love produce what you experience in this reality. So, AKA your feelings, your emotions, is literally what brings manifestation in this into this realm. Okay, you can see it all over. You can see it in movies. You can see it in music. Okay, you can see that we are triggered by our feelings and our emotions. All right, this is what's manifesting things into this reality. Okay, now there is a big agenda going on, and we talked about this because we talked about decoding a lot of these movies. So we talked about the whole being able for you to tap into your own power and not allow anyone else to basically snatch your energy or your consciousness. Okay, we are in a real-time full-blown spiritual war, and if you do not believe me, you can turn on your local television and you can see it right before your eyes. Okay, this is not just a spiritual war, and this is globally. Okay, this is globally, and those of you that are not new to the channel, you know that we've been talking about this wave of energy that was going to be coming in. We talked about the wave of energy that was going to create anxiety. We talked about the wave of energy that was going to produce fear, produce depression. We also talked about the rate of opioids, the opioid epidemic going up, as well as the suicide rate also increasing. Okay, this is not meant to scare you. None of this is meant to scare you, because in reality, let me explain something to you guys about how chaos works. Okay, so even in chaos there's order. Okay, or what you may not think. So let me just say this too. You can still grow flowers from shit. Okay, meaning that although you experience a lot of heavy shit and some fuckery, that does not mean that you cannot take what you've learned and take what you've experienced and grow from it. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about perception, because that is going to be key as you are moving through the spiritual warfare. Okay, now first of all, I don't know if you guys have an understanding of what spiritual warfare is, okay? And I wanted to title tonight "Spiritual Warfare: Swords Out," and it's about that time. But I kind of felt like I needed to ask, what are your positions, or what do you feel your position is right now? Okay, so the past 2 weeks we've been talking about you being able to shut down and tap in, right? But now I want you guys to be prepared, right? To be mindful of your perception and to pull out your swords. Now, if you are into the tarot cards, and I'm pretty sure you are, because my channel, I also do the tarot here, right? You know that the swords energy represents your spiritual and your mental thinking. Aha, that's not by fucking coincidence. And swords energy is also ear, right? This is also ear. right? So which means everybody breathes the same air, right? So what do you think is going on? Collectively, we are all intaking the same fucking collective negativity that's going on. And the way that you can protect yourself is by knowing who you are, and now we're gearing up for the next level, which is being in control of your perception. Okay, now I'm going to be teaching tonight from the Course in Miracles. Okay, any of you that want to get this book, you can. I found this in like a used bookstore. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching from the Course in Miracles tonight. I actually have the this is a teacher's manual. I'm pretty sure if you don't want, you don't have to get the teacher's manual, but I just happen to have the teacher's manual. So in the Course in Miracles, it basically explains to you that miracles happen every day. Another book I want to recommend. Okay, first of all, if y'all are home and you know I've been screaming to y'all lately, and I think my last live we talked about you being able to know who the fuck you really are. Like we went into that, right? And we talked about the 6 neutrons, the 6 electrons, and the 6 protons, right? Now, we're taking that to another level because basically you're stardust. What's going on right now is a lot of your archaic memory, or what you would want to consider to be your Akashic records, right? Shit that was once sleep is now waking up within you. And if you're new to the spiritual walk, some of you could be experiencing things and you don't even understand what you're experiencing, and you may even feel like you're going crazy right now. And some of you may not even feel like you can talk to other people about what you're experiencing because you still might be surrounded by some people that's still in the Jesus concept. Now, let me just say this right now. Hey, Lily Jules. If you were on this channel and you were still under the Jesus paradigm, I'm going to give you a few seconds to definitely leave the channel because you're not, you might be offended by some of the things and the thought patterns and the belief systems that I practice here in this channel. Okay, now let me just break down to you if you want to get a better understanding of the Jesus concept and of the Bible. Okay, first of all, the Bible is a book of codes. It is a book of numerology and astrology. Okay, so let's just put that out there. Okay, and let's just go as far to say that any spiritual book that you would study, may it be the Quran, maybe the Kabbalah. These are books of astrology, astronomy, as well as numerology. This is all about codes. Everything deals with codes, especially when it comes to do with numbers, okay? Why is this going to be important in this season? Because how things are going down in this season, they're all coded, encrypted, okay? Hey, light within darkness, how are you, sweetie? And if you don't know the codes, right, guess what? You can miss the message, okay? So it's going to be important for you to understand this, right? So you're going to have to get up on some shit, right? So there's a thing called Google and YouTube now. Hey, only, how are you, sweetie? There's something called Google and something called YouTube. So you got no excuse not to learn the shit that you need to learn, okay? So the Bible, as well as all of your major religious texts, are really snippets, right, of your spirituality, okay? Now, with that being said, there are also snippets of you, the man, right? The carbon man, right? Now, check out Altered Carbon if you fucking think I'm crazy. Altered Carbon is all of them basically telling you they're about to snatch your consciousness, okay? If you can understand that all of these books, right? I'm going to use the Bible because I grew up in the Bible. If you can understand that the Bible is a book of codes, and if you can understand that the Bible is also a book of astronomy, numerology, as well as astrology, you start to begin to understand that you also, my love, are a fucking star, okay? Now, let's also go back to biology. In biology class, I want to say maybe in fucking middle school or something, they taught you that you were basically made up of stardust, okay? Definitely by high school, you had the concept that we are all made up of stardust, right? Why am I saying this, and why is this important? This is important because if you are made up of stardust, don't you think you need to understand how the fucking stars work? I'm just saying, right? If you are made up of stardust, hey KJ, how are you? If you're made up of stardust, you do need to understand how the fucking stars work. You need to understand how the solar system work, okay? Now, this is also another place for me to tell you that you may need to get some type of understanding on your natal chart if you feel like you're stuck, because your natal chart can give you a lot of information on where you are right now and where you need to be, okay? And not to also, just sidebar, you can also change your natal chart, Okay, just so you know that, all right? Yeah, okay. So back to the Bible. The Bible is a book of codes, right? The Bible is also a book of astrology and numerology. Now, one of the things that the Bible teaches you is as a man thinketh, so it is, right? As a man thinketh, so it is. Master number 33 in the chat. We only have 18 likes, okay? As a man thinketh, so it is. I'm going to read y'all something tonight from the Course of Miracles, and then we're going to get into this shit, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? Okay, so Saturn 83 said, I never heard that before, but I'm not super into the Bible. Oh yeah, Saturn 83. When they talk about the 7 churches in the Bible, they're talking about the 7 chakra system. When they're talking about the 12 disciples in the Bible, they're talking about the 12 zodiac signs, okay? Each one of these 12 zodiac signs, and I don't think I brought that book with me because I'm at Bruce. But each one, and I'm gonna give y'all some books tonight in case you guys want information, okay? Each one of the zodiac signs, Saturn 83, right? Each one of these zodiac signs are represented by a disciple, okay, in the Bible, all right? And each disciple represents a facet or a psyche within you, okay? This is why you need to understand this stuff, all right? So when they talk about, I think, which one of the disciples represents faith? Was it Peter or Paul? I can't remember which one of the disciples represent faith, right? But whichever one of that, so now we're dealing with heart chakra work, okay? So y'all have to understand these. These are different facets and psyche within yourself. So you're not just responsible for mastering your sun sign. You know, I was born as a Scorpio, which is my sun, right? Okay, you're not just responsible for mastering your sun sign. I am responsible for mastering all other 11 aspects of the zodiac. Why? Because all of those 11 aspects are facets of myself, aka shadow facets of you that you may not be aware of. This is why it's important for you to understand and deal with and have a relationship with your shadow side, okay? That's important. Now, we talking about, okay, so right now we're in chaos. There's a lot of fear going on. And whatever you're emotionally attached to is what's going to be produced in this energy, all right? We talked about that. And I've been telling y'all for a minute now, whoever controls you emotionally is going to tell you what to think, when to think, what to do, what not to do, when to buy something, when not to buy something, when to feel, what not to feel. So please understand this, okay? This is not a joke. In real time, programming is happening. Restructuring is happening, all right? You can turn on the fucking TV and you can see this shit is not just going on here. It's going on all over the fucking world. And we talked about this shit, okay? Now, the first part of that we talked about was you being able to tap into yourself, right? Getting grounded. Understand how your intuition works. Understand how spirit speaks, right? And I kind of feel like even if you have not taken my class, Peter, thank you very much, Celeste. So Peter represents faith, okay? So understand this. Peter, the disciple, represents faith, okay? Now, the coalition to that is to start to go in to see which one of these fucking planets can match up with Peter. I don't have my book in front of me right now. Do I have my notes? Let me see if I have my notes here. Let's see. If I have my notes, I can tell y'all what planet we rocking with. Okay. I don't think I brought my notes because I'm at Bruce. I don't think, let me see. I don't think I have my notes here. Peter. I don't have my notes here, y'all. I do not have my notes here. I'm sorry about that. But somebody remind me. And when I am at my desk, I can give y'all that information. I don't have my notes here, okay? So check this out, okay? Peter represents faith, okay? And Peter is also in correlation with a planet. Don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm gonna have to circle back with that because I don't want to give y'all misinformation, okay? With that being said, the first step that we talked about for the first 2 weeks is being able to tap into your intuition and connect with your intuition and learn how to move with your intuition, okay? Me personally, I've had to shut down also. Now, we're in the next phase. The next phase is all about your triggers, okay? Why is this important? This is where you're going to have to put on, okay, so here, let me explain to y'all how this fitting to go down because this is real shit. I told you all, I think in the last live, Like if you do any type of rituals and you do any type of magic and you know, and you rock with an altar or you rock with chanting or you rock with prayer, whatever you're doing, this would be this is a time now when you want to fucking implement that shit as part of your routine, right? So those of you that are rocking with your deities, okay, and you haven't really cleaned off your altar in a minute, this is the time for you to get that shit together, okay? Some of you, you're already at the point where you don't need to physically do an altar because you have that all established within yourself, then you're gonna have to rock with it like that. This is a time where gifts are gonna be coming back and you're gonna find yourself doing shit just because you internally you've been prompted to do shit. Please understand that's important in this season. Please understand that. That's going to be important in this season. The shit that you're being prompted to do in this season that you may not understand, but you just felt led to, perfect example. If you've been hearing for 3 fucking days that you need to go get a yellow candle and you don't know why, but every day for 3 days you keep hearing get a yellow candle, all right, don't get fucking kicked in the ass. Get your ass up and go get the motherfucking yellow candle, all right? I'm being honest with y'all. Now, y'all need to understand this also, okay? Please understand this. Thank you, Jasmine, because I talked about that already. Jasmine, I think on the last live. I mentioned on the last live to pay attention to energy from 2012, okay? Right? Because that's circling back in this energy. Now, even high key, low key. Okay, high key and low key, right? A lot of the study that I've been doing now, a lot of the information is coming through where the Mayans and the Egyptian calendar, well, more so not the Ethiopian calendar, I believe, talks about 2020 is really 2012. I haven't done enough research on that yet to bring all of the knowledge, so I'm just going to leave it as that. However, what I do know is in ancient times, the calculation for right now, Jasmine, is 2012. So that's why I keep saying to you guys, the energy right now, go back to what was going on in 2012 because things are coming to a completion, okay? Now, this is why I want you to be mindful, okay? This is why I want you to be mindful. And I'm going to read this to you. This is why I want you to be mindful, okay? However you see a thing in this season is how it's going to manifest. However you see something in this season is how it's going to manifest. Okay? Please understand me. Let me repeat that again. If you don't fucking listen, y'all. You know, I've been stressing y'all about paying attention to your intuition. And right now it's really about, now that you've got that going, now it's about you being able to watch your perception and how you perceive a thing, right? I teach you guys that your words create energy and your words are spells, right? So you're constantly casting spells, right? Constantly casting spells, right? Now, you want to be mindful what spells you're casting, right? In this time right here. Because whatever spells or spelling or words that you're putting out into the ethers right now, right? Please understand, they will be manifested, all right? Now, also fueled by what you feel. So we talked about the Holy Trinity of manifestation briefly the last live I was. And if you don't know what the Holy Trinity of manifestation is and how things are manifested in this dimension that we're in, it is by your feeling, your heart chakra, right? Your throat chakra, which you speak, right? And your third eye chakra, which you perceive, right? Now, messages came through a couple of weeks ago. This was time for the receipts and for you to call people out, right? Another message came through for you to trust your heart chakra, go with your intuition. Now, the next message that they're asking you to pay attention to is your perception, your third eye, how you see a thing. I sat here and I told you guys to try to get out in the sun, even if you're stepping out in your backyard, right? Do some sun gazing, my empaths, if you can, right? That does not mean opening your eyes to the sun. You're just making sure that the sun is hitting your third eye, right? And for some of you, that's going to activate symbols and open different portals within your own inner universe, okay? You are a walking, breathing universe. You are a star, okay? I'm not fucking lying. You can go back to biology class. They told you that you're made up at least 70% stardust, okay? That's like buying a brand new BMW, having that shit in your fucking driveway and not understanding all of the little buttons and how to connect your fucking Bluetooth because you haven't taken the time to figure out how the fucking car works, okay? This is what I'm telling you. Figure out who you are and figure out how the fuck you work, all right? Now, what you need to know in this dimension and in this realm, your heart chakra, which is ruled by Leo and Cancer energy, okay? Leo and Cancer rules your heart chakra, okay? That's the magnetic and electrical pull. Leo is the will energy, okay? That's the ego in your will, all right? Cancer is the feeling, okay? So Cancer would be the feminine energy. Leo will be the masculine energy. Leo's energy is what you show to the outer world, right? Cancer's energy is that shadow side, what you're not showing to the world. When you combine those things together, that is what's projected into this realm. Understand me what I'm saying right here, please, okay? Your feelings, aka your heart chakra, is always going to fucking trump what you manifest. Once again, your heart chakra is going to trump what you manifest, okay? Meaning, you can say all day, every day, I want a happy life and I want to be in healthy relationships. But if you don't feel like you're worthy of a happy life and you're worthy of healthy relationships, guess what? You're going to keep experiencing experiences that validate you're unworthy of that. Understand that. This is why I keep telling y'all, check your motherfucking feelings. Get your heart chakra, do that healing work, okay? Do the healing work that's required, right? Which is going to tap into how you see things. That's why your perception is going to be important with this new energy that we've now entered, okay? And all of this is just what's coming in after the full moon energy that we just went through, okay? Now, let me go ahead and read this for you guys, all right? Now, this is from the Laws of Healing, all right? Now, I've already read you guys, I think it was from the Guide to Becoming a Modern Magician, The Alchemist or something like that, where it talked about karma was just bad habits, okay? And if karma is bad habits, and we've been taught for years that we have generational curses, right? We're talking about bad habits passed down through generations. I want y'all to grab this fucking shit. Like, I really want y'all to grab this shit because y'all need to fucking take control back of your mind. Like, seriously, okay? Seriously, right? Now, listen to this shit. I want y'all to listen to this, okay? Because, and while I'm reading this, I want you guys to hold on to truth is never gonna fucking go against itself. Understand that, right? Truth is never gonna go against itself. Facts change, okay? But truth is never gonna go against itself, right? The truth is, as far as we know in this dimension, there's 24 hours in a day, right? That's the truth. No matter how you flip it, there's 24 hours in a day. That's just the truth. That's what we know, right? Okay. The fact is, right, and facts change, right? Right now, it's 9:38. That's the fact. Right now, it's 9:38. But in 1 minute, that fact is no longer valid because in 1 minute, it's going to be 9:39, right? That doesn't mean that the fact a minute ago was a lie. It just means that what? It changes. So understand that. That's like your perception. Your perception can change, but the truth is never going to change, okay? Now, let me hit y'all with some truth right here, right? The truth is you have the fucking power within you to create anything that you want to. That's the truth. And that shit ain't never gonna change. No matter how you dice it, no matter how you flip it, it's still 24 motherfucking hours in a day, right? Still 24 hours in a day. Although the fact is, right now it's 9:38, right? That can change in a minute. That can change in a minute. That's perception. Okay, understand that. But the truth is, anything that you want to experience, you can. And right now, that birthright that you have is trying to be snatched away from you. So you're going to have to learn how to master some stuff, okay? And play catch up if you need to, like real talk. Now, this chapter is chapter 26, okay? And 2 and 6 equals 8. 8 is all about beginnings. And even, now let's look at the symbology here. When you flip the number 8 upside down, you also get infinity, okay? And if something is infinite, that means it never dies, right? If something is infinite, it never dies. it continues. It may not continue in the form or in the shape that you're used to seeing it in, okay? Because energy doesn't die, it just transforms. So please know that. This is why you can still communicate with others that has transitioned, because they're energetic beings. So the physical body may die, right? But their energy doesn't die, okay? So understand that. Now, this chapter is called The Transition, right? And that's what we're all going through. We're all going through a transition. And I told you guys already, some people are repeating a time loop and some people are being stuck in an old timeline. And the people who stuck in the old timeline, their consciousness is going to be fucking snatched, okay? They're going to be told when to think, what to do, okay? Turn on the news, okay? And let me not even go there, because I don't want to be insensitive to anybody. So let me just, okay. This is from page 642, okay? It says here, perception laws are opposite to the truth. Perception's law is opposite to the truth. I just broke that down for y'all in an understandable way, right? The truth was there's 24 hours in a day, right? 24 hours in a day. The perception aspect of that was it was now 9:38, right? But in 1 minute, it was going to be 9. See, like right now, it's 9:41, right? The fact was, a couple of minutes ago, it was 9:38. So that's the perception aspect of it. That changes, right? Perception laws are opposite from the truth. And what is truth of knowledge is not true of anything that is apart from it. Meaning truth is not going to lie against it. Truth is not going to go against itself. Meaning if truth is saying to you, right, that you have the power to create anything in this existence that you want to, it's not going to fucking go against itself. This is exactly why you can see people that ain't fucking talented got a record deal for $10 million and they don't have no fucking talent, right? That's why. Because their truth is, right, anything they want, they can experience, right? And the only thing they needed to do was line up their perception with that truth. That's it. And the universe got to grant that to them. The universe don't care if you black, white, purple, green. It don't give a fuck about none of that. The only thing it cares about is you knowing who the fuck you are and your birthright. That's all, your sovereignty. And if you match yourself up and line yourself up with your sovereignty, I promise you this. I promise you this. I promise you this. You will start to see manifestation to the point that the shit might kind of scare you, like real talk, right? And I have to be reminded of this all the time. Kelly has to tell me this all of the time. Like, no, you manifested this shit. Okay, so please understand, I'm not talking to you about shit that I'm not walking through. I told y'all last year when fucking Saturn went on, when we went retrograde last year with all of that energy, I got laid off of the job and I had to decide, am I going to repeat the timeline or am I going to do the work that I've been teaching for a while? This is grow up time. This is time for you to step up and really claim your sovereignty, because if you don't, it's going to be fucking taken away from you, okay? So once again, perception's laws are opposite to the truth, and y'all got to get this shit, right? Okay, now listen to what it says. Yet, as God, or AKA the universe, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want, because right now, honestly speaking, those are labels to energy within yourself, right? So those are labels. Yet, as God or the universe has given an answer to the world of sickness, which applies to all its form, right? God/the universe answers its eternal through the works of time, where it is needed, right? Now, what they're trying to say here is God is going to answer you where you are. You know how the saying say, well, because I grew up in church. You know how they used to say, well, if it's God's will, if it's God's will, guess what? If you feel like it's God's will, then God is going to say, well, you're not ready for this. My will is your will. And you still thinking it's up to me. So therefore, I'm going to sit until you figure it out. It ain't up to me. It's up to you. It's up to you to know that it's your will. If you sitting back and you waiting for God to do something, guess what? You ain't going to get shit done. Ain't no God outside of yourself. It's no God outside of yourself, right? Everything is mental, right? Go back to scripture. What does scripture tell you? Scripture even tell you the fucking devil is a lie. Go back and check scripture. Google that. If somebody can tell me what verse that tells you that the devil is a lie, as above, so below. If you're reflecting something from above, usually it comes out below in reverse. So let's think about this for a second, right? Now, and let me tell y'all something here too. Y'all, sometimes you think about, even when you think about the Bible, and I want y'all to understand something. Didn't y'all notice that God was killing motherfuckers up until David? Why was he killing? Thank you. Shanita said, yep, he answers to the measure of your faith. You're absolutely right. Let me tell y'all never noticed that he was like wiping out fucking generations? Y'all never noticed that? Now, and then another thing, just so you know, before I even go here, please understand I'm speaking in the terms of metaphysical here, but I do have to get, thank you, Heem. Thank you, because we deal with F-A-T-E here on this channel. Y'all never thought about that? Like any of y'all that read the Bible, y'all never thought about how God was just blowing up fucking generations, like wiping out motherfucking just generations, and the whole fucking generation just gone. And then when he got to David, like all of that shit kind of ceased. Y'all never thought about that? Why y'all think that is? See, David, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Look at all the fucked up shit David did. Look at all the fucked up shit David did. See, the problem is David understood his makeup. David understood his makeup, and David also understood that there was duality within himself. So David, that whole story of David is really explaining the fucking duality that you have within yourself, okay? It's explaining the duality within your higher nature, your higher self, and your lower self, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Love yourself. Thank you. Thank you, okay? Thank you. Understand this, okay? Yep. David said he was a man. Exactly. Wasn't David? Listen, what did David do? Wasn't David? Who's the one that killed? Who's the one that killed? Wasn't David the one that killed the man's the lady's husband because he liked her? He fell in love with her. Wasn't that David? Sent the man out on the battlefield and got him killed. Thank you. Okay. So this is what I want y'all to grab, right? This is what I want y'all to grab. Understand this. This is what I want y'all to grab, all right? There ain't a motherfucker walking around on this planet that don't got some David shit going on. Please understand that. So if you walking around here and you looking for fucking perfection before you can get everything that you want, you're gonna be waiting a motherfucking long time to get that shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. There ain't nobody walking around on the fucking place of this earth that don't got shit in their closet, okay? That they may be embarrassed about, that they may be afraid of, that they may be whatever. Everybody got shit. Why y'all think Jesus said, I'm gonna draw this line in the sand, and he who has not sinned, right? Go ahead and cast the first stone. This ain't about judgment, y'all. So this ain't about fear right now, and there's a lot of fucking fear mongering going on. So y'all need to understand right now, okay? Understand right now, okay? Everybody here got some shit. Everybody got some shit. This is about perception right now. I need y'all to understand this energy is going to deliver good, evil, indifferent, bad. It don't give a fuck. The only thing that's right now is your perception of that shit. It's going to deliver based on your perception, okay? Based on your perception is how things are going to manifest, okay? Now, you know that old saying, fake it till you make it? Y'all remember that? Fake it till you make it? This is exactly what you're going to have to do in this season. I don't give a fuck how things are looking. Tell yourself what to feel. And if you've been watching my channel long enough, we talk about that shit all the time. You're going to have to fucking tell yourself how to feel, right? Now, this is where you can tell who's doing the spiritual work and who's not. Right? This is how you can tell. This is how you can tell who's still stuck in a Jesus paradigm and who's not, right? This is how you can tell where you have more work that you may need to do, right? Aisha said it, speak things into existence. That shit is in the Bible too. Hey, Vicky, how are you? Victory I am. Look at that. Victory I am is already proclaiming exactly what energy they rocking with. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Perception is going to be key. So let me tell y'all how this is fitting to go down, because there is portals open and y'all need to know this shit, right? Y'all might need to get Real Magic. Okay. The reason why I like this book, because this book explains to you in real time that magic is really in your everyday life. And what you may explain to be as, oh, a coincidence, right, is everyday magic. So Real Magic, I'm helping y'all I'm helping y'all to get it up, right? This is a man that has studied not just scientifically, right? But he's also studied spiritually, okay? So please understand that, right? You're not going to be able to learn about yourself unless you pick up a fucking manual, aka some books, aka some YouTube videos, all right? Their portals open. I told y'all a couple of days ago there was a supernova with the star Betelgeuse, right? And if we're fucking stardust, right? And that star exploded, which means that we are getting light code information from that star, and that's a fucking ancient star. So that's another portal that's open, right? Another book that I'm studying, and I'm gonna bring this to you guys, and I haven't gotten all of the information yet. Necronomicon, right? And I'm studying Necronomicon. You're welcome. And this is only for those of you that are, I want to say, you're on your deep ascension shit, right? And those of you that are not, that's fine. I'm gonna bring you information from the book, okay? But what I'm doing right now is studying the portals, okay? I'm studying the portals within Necronomicon because each one of these, what they would consider to be deities or monsters in this book, is literally a watcher or a keeper of the portals or the planets, okay? Now, if you can understand the coding, because I told you everything is about code, then you can transcend to different dimensions. And another thing that y'all need to get up on also is sacred geometry. If you can do some work with sacred geometry in your, you know, just, I'm just going to say, like, you don't even have to sit and study that. Like, anything spiritual that you have a awakening in your spirit, okay, please just put that shit in the background. You don't have to sit and literally watch this stuff, but even if you're cleaning and you put shit in the background, your spirit is going to pick up the information that's needed. Now, let me tell y'all another thing, right? When I give these book references, let me explain. I'm going to give y'all some fucking knowledge right here, okay? You do not have to read this book from cover to cover. You don't. If you get the book and you need information before you open the book, you ask, what do I need to know? You flip through the book and it's going to land wherever the fuck you need to land. Okay? That's how you do this shit. Now, if you are prompted to read the whole book from cover to cover, that's a different story. You can do that. You can do that, right? But please understand, don't get a book and feel like, oh my God, I didn't read the whole book. I'm not studying. No, okay? I've had books for 10 years, 15 years that I haven't read yet. But every now and then I pick up the book and I'll go to a different chapter within the book, and it might be just a sentence. It might be a full paragraph. It may be a chapter, all right? So please understand that, all right? Y'all gonna need to get one of these, okay? Secret Sign and Symbols, the Encyclopedia of the Symbols. Y'all gonna need to get one of these, because y'all be seeing these shits all over the place, and you need to know what these symbols mean, okay? You need to know what these symbols mean, all right? And just so you know, this really good information. They got information on numbers. They got information on, you know, the deeper meaning of the symbols. Y'all need to, yeah. So just know, okay, symbols. Y'all gonna need some type of guide to symbols, okay? I recommended this book already, and I cannot recommend it anymore. This book is definitely going to teach you how to work with your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is what you need to be able to master, okay? The alchemist is the person that knows how to take everything, even the negative fucked up shit, and make it work for their good, okay? And if that's something that you have a problem with, this book can help you with that, okay? And the last one that I want to recommend tonight is, and I think I did this already, Forbidden Science, okay? And this is for those of you that are having some, what I would like to, deem like, what is it? Like, sci-fi-ish experience. Like, the shit that you may, see, the shit that you may see in movies that you may be experiencing. This book, I like this book because this book has so much great information, and some of it from really, good scientists. So it's just a good read, okay? It's really a good read. So one of the chapters, let me see, this is one of the chapters. I'm telling y'all, like, yeah, I don't play, okay? This chapter is called Energy Medicine in the Operating Room. So this is literally like a doctor talking about this shit, right? Like, to show y'all this shit is not real, okay? This is some real shit. Okay, so this one is forbidden science. So this is science and technology that they speak not of in mainstream. Okay. All right. Yep. Heme, I know you are an alchemist. That's important. Okay. So now let me just get into some things that you guys need to know about the spiritual warfare and how you can protect yourself. All right. Like I explained pretty much for the past 40 minutes, your perception is going to be key, right? Now I'm going to tap into how you can change your perception, right? If you are dealing with fuckery, okay? Now, let's start by giving you the information on what spiritual warfare is once again, if I did not do that in the beginning. Spiritual warfare is when you would have to go into your mental thought, right? Into your mind, or maybe even into your heart chakra, and deal with thoughts or deal with feelings that was either projected to you by people you love, or projected by people that dislike you, okay? Because usually spiritual warfare doesn't really come from anyone that you don't give a shit about, okay? Now, how does this work? Okay. For example, you can get a call, especially in this energy that we're in, right? From let's say a family member can call you, and they've been watching a lot of news, right? And they call you and start to tell you all of the fuckery that's going on in the news, and telling you something about the mask and the person in the supermarket right around the corner that you go to, and you sit and you entertain this conversation for 40 minutes to an hour, okay? Now, you don't even know that you may not have protected yourself spiritually. Now you get off the phone with this person, right? You happen now to go somewhere else and they got the news on. So now in your head at night, you now have to come back home and fight everything that person just told you. Now that shit is in your being, in your body, and now you have to start combating this. Now, if this is something that's done repeatedly, so if you are entertaining conversations like this repeatedly with the people that you love, you are going to have to eventually start to fight off that energy, because you are going to get engulfed with it. Please understand this, okay? Okay. El Perez said, Liz said to her today, you got to keep it short. This is why I told you guys, keep your circles tight. This is not the time to entertain long conversations, right? I told y'all the other day I got a phone call. I had to go back and apologize because the way I handled it was short, right? But when I explained to the person, listen, I understand where we are right now, and I understand I can't entertain a conversation like that right now. For me to entertain a conversation like that right now in this environment is planting a seed in fear, and I cannot plant a seed in fear. I can't do that. So therefore, I can't have that fucking conversation with you. I can't do it. Okay? Yeah. Yep. Shut it down before it starts. I cannot do it. So everybody pretty much knows right now. Now, I'm even getting to the point where this is where I am, because I've been thinking about this all day, right? This is where I am with it. I'm even getting to the point now where I accept myself, my good, my bad, and my indifference, right? I accept myself with my good, my bad, and my indifference, right? And I say that because you know that scripture where I think it was Paul, maybe John, I don't remember which one of them that said, I am all things to all men. And I pondered that scripture for a while, y'all. Okay, I pondered that for a while. I am all things to all men. And I thought, like, how the fuck could you be all things to all men? Like, how does that even work? Then it dawned on me, okay, people always got a perception and opinion, right? So to some, I'm good. To some, I'm bad. To some, there's some indifference, right? So technically, I'm all fucking thanks to all men. The only thing I need to do is accept myself in my, thank you, Paul. Paul said it. The only thing I need to do is accept myself as I am. That's it. That's it. That's fucking it. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I can tell you this, even on my worst day, where you may get cut, get cursed out because you cut in front of me in traffic, even on my worst day, I'm still fucking awesome, even on my worst day, because I don't operate in negativity, which means I don't do shit to fucking my integrity. I don't do shit just to fuck with people. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do shit just to fuck with people. So even on my worst day, even when I'm short, even when I don't have any patience, right? Even when I'm blunt, and I could be blunt and short and impatient, right? Even on those days, right? I'm still operating with fucking integrity. I still call myself out. I don't have a problem saying I'm sorry. This is the shit that I'm telling y'all right now. This is the season to be honest and upfront with yourself, okay? There's nothing wrong with you being who you are. There's nothing wrong with you being, and if I can tell you this right now, it's going to be really important for you to accept who you are right now, because if you don't, other people will be trying to fucking push off their perception of you in this season. And I'm going to tell you why that's going to happen. Because right now we're being bombarded with fear. And the people that don't want to work on themselves and deal with their shit, guess what? They got nothing but fucking time to deal with your shit. They got time. Oh, yeah, they got time. Oh, yeah, they got time. They got lots of time. Okay? They got lots of time. Okay? So understand that. Understand that. Love yourself unconditionally for every motherfucking thing. Because I just sat here and told y'all, everybody got some shit. Everybody got some shit. Okay? Everybody got some shit. So spiritual warfare is going to come in from the people that you love. It's not going to come in from the motherfuckers you don't give a shit about. Please understand that, okay? Understand that, all right? It's going to come in from the people that you love. And it's going to come in ways like, oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. Then your ass is going to be sitting up there thinking, oh, maybe their ass is fucking right because this shit feels hard. Right? Now you done co-sign, right? And you done co-sign and got caught up in their spell. Their spelling, their words. You done got caught up in their perception of a thing. The analogy that I use all the time when we get on here in this live, I tell you guys all of the time, right? Trudy and I can go to the movies, right? And I can sit right next to Trudy. Trudy can order the same popcorn combo like I have. I got a Coke. Trudy got a Sprite. You know, Trudy and I laugh at the same scenes in the movie. Trudy and I cry at the same scenes in the movie. Trudy and I get mad at the same scenes. All of that shit, right? Then Trudy and I leave the movie theaters. And Trudy's perception of that movie can be totally different than my perception. Totally different. Okay? Totally different. And it's not to say that Trudy's perception is wrong and my perception is right. That's not it. It's Trudy's universe. Trudy has her own experiences. So Trudy is going to get what she needs to get from that movie. Kamoy is going to get what she needs to get from that movie. So this is how y'all need to move right now. Okay? What's for fucking Trudy may not be for Kamoy. What's for KJ may not be for Kamoy. What's for finding my own way may not be for Kamoy. Please understand that right now. Okay? So, with that being said, when the motherfuckers call your phone telling you what you can't, what you should, and what you won't, please understand right now that is entertaining fucking spiritual warfare if you don't shut the shit down. I'm not saying you gotta be nasty or rude about it, okay? Now, in some instances, you might have to be. You might have to be. Because depending on who it is, you may have to be. You know, depending on who it is, you may have to pull out some fucking receipts, okay? You might. But this right here, and this is Aries season, and Aries season is wrapping up shortly, okay? You need not to leave Aries season and not know who the fucks you is and not stand in that truth, okay? I don't care if you use fuck every 5 seconds, because clearly I do, okay? Clearly I do. And as a matter of fact, I know when my guys is with me, because one of them like to curse. So, and get off that spiritual shit right now where, because you know you have some spiritual people that say, you know, profanity and, you shouldn't use profanity and that's not part. Fuck that shit. You know what linguistics is? Half the motherfucking words that you use were made up by somebody else. I can make my own fucking words up. So fuck that shit. And let me tell y'all another thing, okay? Like, let's just be for real here. When we dealing with ancestral energy, y'all don't fucking think y'all ancestors used to fucking curse? Y'all don't think that? Please. Thank you, Trudy. We're doing an hour, Trudy. Please, y'all don't think that? Y'all do not think that your ancestors was cursing and shit? I don't care if you dancing in the pole every night. I don't care if you suck dick for money. I don't give a fuck what you done, right? All of us right now. All of us right now. The mother that used to take, the kids to soccer practice, the mother that's on the pole to pay the bill, guess what? All of us motherfuckers in the same boat right now. If you do not get on the fucking ball and learn who you are, guess what? You will be told what to do, when to do it. Matter of fact, you will be told who you are. You will be told who you are. I'm being honest. This right here don't got nothing to do with what class you're in right now. It doesn't matter. This don't got nothing to do with how much dicks you sucking right now. It doesn't matter. I'm telling y'all right now, if you are not getting it together and changing the perception of who you are, people are going to tell you the fact that you dance on the pole, no. That's spiritual warfare right now. Anybody that's coming against you for the shit that you do or the shit that you ain't doing, and especially, okay, and time out. Let me just say this right now. Okay. And this is probably where I can say, like, I love myself 110%, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. When it comes to me and the people that I love, there is no color. There's black and there's white. So my day ones from this channel know, depending on the day, don't leave no fucked up comment, especially if you haven't watched no video, because I'm gonna feel like you're coming for me and then I'm gonna come after you, right? You might get a video. I don't do that no more, right? However, when it comes to do with people that are not in my universe, aka that are not Kamoi, right? I understand the world operates in color, right? Which means everybody has to go through an experience to learn, to grow, right? Now, let me tell y'all another thing right here, okay? I'm gonna say this to y'all right now. Sexual energy is also creative energy. And there was a reason why in ancient times you would have what we would consider to be whores, and the thoughts right now in ancient society, they were revered as high. They were revered actually as goddesses. This is why you don't want to fucking look down on the sister that's dancing on the pole to pay her bills. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you don't want to look down on anybody. You don't want to look down on the person that got to sell weed to fucking make sure that they got milk in the fridge. Because right now, the sister on the pole got the same issue that we got right now. The mother that's taking her child to soccer practice, well, can't take a child to soccer practice right now because we in a fucking, quarantine. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Right now, if you rocking with judgment, you're only judging yourself. Please understand that. Those of us that are on a spiritual walk, you have to understand that everybody is here for their own purpose. All right? The chick that's dancing on the pole, who the fuck did not tell you that's her fucking experience? Who said that's not what she's here for? Who says that's not what she's here for? Who says that? Please understand that. When you start to walk the spiritual walk, you understand everybody got their journey. You are not fucking in control to tell somebody else what their journey is. Neither is anyone else in charge to tell you what your fucking journey is. And get that shit now. Because the energy that we're moving into, motherfuckers will be trying to tell you that shit. Because we're under a lot of fear and they do not want to look at themselves. I'm telling y'all right now. Because it's already started. Okay? I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling you right now. Change your perception on the way you view yourself, all right? Change your perception on the way you view yourself, all right? I'm going to give y'all another thing, okay? Everything should be deemed as good, all right? Everything should be deemed as good, right? Remember I said and I told y'all when you're looking at a reflection, sometimes it looks reversed. And remember, I told y'all, even in the Bible, it says the devil is not real, right? When you reverse the word devil, you get the word live. When you reverse the word devil, you get the word live. Please understand, everything that you are dealing with right now, you're dealing with reversed energy. The energy has been reversed. When they tell you something is evil, please understand that you need to go check it out. This is why you pay attention to the villains in the movie. This is what I told y'all to look at Lock and Key. In Lock and Key, the villain in the movie is not the villain. The villain is fucking you collecting herself. Go look at Lock and Key. In the movie Lock and Key, when you start to decode that movie, the villain, I can't remember the name, Lucas and Dodge. Okay, Lucas and Dodge. Okay, polarities, feminine and masculine energy. Like they're fucking telling you that shit all over the place. Like they're telling you, thank you, KJ. They're telling you that all over the place. Please, please, please understand this shit. Okay, what she was doing was going around collecting facets of herself. Did y'all not see each of those keys unlock a fucking superpower or a psyche, a place within oneself? Put you into different realms and different dimensions. Please understand, all of that shit is real. Everything is being projected from internally. Do not co-sign nobody's perception of yourself if it doesn't line up with who you are. Do not. And for those of you that are just jumping on, I want to repeat this. You want to check out what was going on in your life in 2012 because that energy is coming into completion, okay, in 2020. Pay attention to what was happening in your life in 2012 because you will find a connection to it in 2020. Okay? Yeah. I have not seen that movie, Ashley, but I'm gonna look it up because I'm pretty sure that got a lot of gems in it too. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we're coming up to 5 minutes. I want, it's on Prime. Okay. My son went wonky. Oh, okay. So many messages. I also want you guys to know, like, I turned on, I only wish, like, I hope you guys are studying. Like, I hope that you guys are home and that you're studying all of your spiritual, like, you know, where you get your spiritual information from, because I'm pretty sure we're all kind of echoing the same thing right now. Okay. So let me just repeat exactly what has been coming through. We talked about in the last month that you guys definitely needed to whip out your swords. Okay. It's an actual hour. Okay. I don't know what my time is, 10:50. Are we talking about the live? Okay. I told you all about a month ago that it was time to pull out your swords, right? Remember I told y'all receipts, right? Okay, right? Swords are still up, right? Swords are still up, right? So whip out them receipts if you needed to, right? And then within the past 2 weeks, we talked about the energy, and it was telling you it was time to tap in and pay attention to your instincts and your intuition, right? Okay. Thank you, Trudy. Trudy, it says on my time of the live says 56 minutes. All right, so let me wrap this up because it's 10:15 and I'm going to go, I'm going to go watch a movie with Bruce. Bruce's birthday is this weekend, by the way. Aries is in the house. So it was pull out your receipts, whip out the sword. It was tap into your intuition and pay attention to your instincts. So you're still utilizing those two. Okay, you're still utilizing those two. The next one that you're invoking right now, is your perception, how you see things. Okay, now. I told you guys to label everything as good, right? Now, why am I saying that? Because, yeah, obviously, nobody don't want to go through no fuckery. Thank you, Lancy. Thank you, only. I'm going to let Bruce know y'all are sending him some love. Nobody don't want to go through any fuckery, right? Now, so I'm not saying to condone the fuckery because you're going to have to set boundaries in place, right? I'm not saying you're going to have to pull out. That's not what I'm saying. I am not saying you're not going to have to, basically what I'm saying is this, and I'm going to go back to another Bible analogy. Yeah. you're gonna have to understand that there are many Judases in your life. Thank you, thank you, Liz. There are many Judases in your life, right? So you're gonna have to change your perception, right? Because if Judas didn't betray Jesus, right, Jesus couldn't really become Christ. And if we're talking about metaphysically and spiritually here, right, Jesus is your lower nature. Jesus is you before you really step into your superpower, right? Right? So Jesus is a person that still may have to doubt, right? Jesus is a person that know they may got some powers, but they still don't know if they should utilize it, and they still be feeling some pressure from the outside world. So you can look at Jesus as you maturing into your Christ-like energy, into your sovereignty, right? And Judas, right, had to do what he had to do. So I want you to understand, when anything comes to you, and even if it's fuckery, you got to find a way to learn a lesson or apply something good from that fuckery. Okay, that's going to be important. You're going to have to be able to transmute that shit and make it work for you. Transmute it and make it work for you. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, right, what can I use? Let me think about what I can use. It could be something simple. Say, for example, you needed the help from a friend, right? And you know that this person is never fucking on time, okay? You're welcome, Trudy. You never know. You know this friend is never on time. You know this friend is never on time. But you ask this friend anyway. Thank you. Yep, Angela said it's finding the silver lining, right? And you ask a friend to do something for you. The friend does not show up on time. And what happens is, in that moment, you had to get up and do what you needed to do. But an epiphany could come on. Okay, maybe this is telling me that I need to stop depending on this friend and get my own car. You know, or maybe the friend being late put you in an opportunity where you could meet someone else that you needed to meet, right? Maybe the friend that made you late actually made you go a different direction, and it landed you in the store where you got the book that you wanted for $5 cheaper. I don't know, like start taking even the fuckery things and finding the silver lining in it. And I promise you, the more that you do that, I think what's her name calls it forking. What's the lady name? Abraham Hicks. And you're listening to the message, not the messenger. Okay? You find the beauty in everything. Your perception is key. Perception is key. How you see a thing is key. How you see a thing is key. Your perception is going to be key, right? If you think that there's nothing in the world but dumb-ass motherfuckers, you're going to experience dumb-ass motherfuckers every day. If you think there's nothing but nice and kind and wonderful people in the world, guess what? That's what's going to come in your experience, right? People just going to be nice and kind for no fucking reason, okay? You got to change your vibration and change your frequency to match what you want. That's how this is working. Because if you don't, the frequency is going to be changed for you, and they're going to fucking tell you exactly who you are, what to do, and when to do it. He loved Abraham Hicks. I'm telling y'all. All right? I'm telling y'all. All right, y'all. So the message before I leave once again, all right, spiritual warfare has to do with the people close to you. Perception is going to be everything, okay? So we're adding another layer to this, all right? Not only you're pulling out your swords and whipping out your receipts because we're dead smack in spiritual warfare. Your circles are becoming tighter, okay? You're going to have to set some boundaries and shut people down. Then you're going to implement using your intuition and discernment. So if your fucking intuition sees that number on the phone, your intuition says don't answer the fucking phone, don't answer the fucking phone. Like I'm telling y'all, like your spirit will fucking tell you this shit. Like I'm not playing. Your spirit will tell you this shit. Okay? Please understand that. Okay? Now, with that being said, you also want to make sure that you're loving and encouraging the people around you. Okay? Liz know what I'm talking about. Because as soon as you answer that phone and they open their mouth, Liz, you already know, I know I shouldn't answer this motherfucking phone. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So, third layer, pay attention to your perception, okay? So you have whip out the receipts and set your boundaries, okay? You have pay attention to your instincts and your intuition. And now another layer that they're adding, guys, is watch your perception. Everything that is unfolding, deem it as good, deem it as beautiful, deem it as everything working out in your best interest. Okay, guys? All right, my love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all know Trudy rocks. Trudy is the best. I want to thank everyone that have taken my classes. I do have new classes coming out, and I know Trudy has been putting them in the chat. I will see you guys next week. It's Bruce's weekend, so I cannot tell you guys that I'm going to be on here this weekend. I'm going to try. I mean, it's Bruce's weekend because it's his birthday. Yep, use your intuition and your discernment. Madeline got it. Yep, tomorrow 3 p.m. guys. Yep, week 5. I'm so, like, I'm sad that this is our last week. You're welcome, Yolanda. Welcome to the community. Yolanda, make sure you set your notification button and subscribe because we do go live randomly. Y'all give Trudy some love because Trudy be holding it down. Okay? Trudy be holding it down. Trudy needs some love. All right. Thanks, everyone. Peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. All right. Thank you for allowing me this platform. And thank you guys for actually answering your call because y'all know that we all signed up to be here and to remind ourselves what we need to do in this time. Okay. So we are all connected. Okay. So before we even got to this physical dimension, we all have a contract that we were going to meet here at this time so we can all remember together. Okay. So sending you guys a lot of love. Thank you, Trudy. I love you. Bye, everybody. Good night, everybody.